have to see. I don't really like how they're.
I wonder if there's a way if I can pull up the chat with this, and then you can see.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. It is kind of tricky to see the.
Yeah, because it doesn't go over the.
Yeah, like goes over the feed. Yeah, same.
Oh, that's.
Do you?
I was gonna put this on it for you, but.
Oh. What do you mean? Oh, I got it.
Maybe next time you should sign in on this.
And will it show the?
Look, that's the chat right there.
Oh. Okay.
But let me mute it.
I'm sick. So I had two people who were on here. Hello.
Oh,
I have.
Probably.
Hi Chelsea. So I have a laptop sitting here, and then my husband set it up so he's like watching it so I can see the chat. Hi Chelsea. I'm good. How are you? Who else is in here?
Probably
My two troopers. Oh my god, the laptop's one of them. Shoot. You know what, Mike? It still counts. I'm good. Thanks for asking. That's good. I saw you post about your RA. That's really cool that you shared that. My friend had RA. My friend, I guess she didn't go. It didn't go away, but my friend has RA. She's my age. She's 33, which I know is young to get something like that. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, it sucks. It's not normal. It's not common for it to be like. It's not common, right, for like someone young to have it. I've had it since I was 17. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. TTK Dag 197 says, "Hi Nick, what is your favorite recipe you always cook and never get sick of?" Any Italian American food I never ever get sick of, but I mean it's not like something I would cook in like a restaurant like Italian American food, but I really love cooking scallops and eating them. I really love cooking like a nice steak, like a ribeye. I love risotto. I love pasta. I mean, I literally this. I guess I would say like my risotto recipe or a lot of like my sauces or condiments or things like that I make. I really like that I do. Salad dressings. I still love making them, even though it's so simple. There's something like when the vinaigrette is emulsified, it's very like satisfying. I don't know if you guys know that. It's basically looks like it's creamy, but it's not. Anyways, I'm blabbing about salad dressings. Oh my god, I said it right last time, and I'm gonna botch your name again. Kami, how are you? Chelsea says it's all good. I could have had way worse. Yeah, of course. Nicholas Farrell says, "I love your Britney shirt." Free Britney. I wore this too. I work at my friend's butcher shop part-time, and a bunch of people asked me today, they were like, is that for today, for Britney? Did she get, like, what happened? Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, that her appeal got denied. I was like, shoot. I was actually really was so sad. Because of everything she's going through, and I listened to her testimony, and she sounded to me like every other person that I would like talk. Like she's probably, I don't know how she kept her composure, because like I was telling my husband, I was like, if I was in Britney Spears' situation and for 13 years not being able to like go to the store, she can't even get pregnant. Not that I can get pregnant either, but like she can't go see your boyfriend, can't drive. I'd be like, I'm surprised she wasn't suicidal. She must have been severely depressed, because that I feel like would be like so wild to anyone. So I was listening to Britney Spears music all day. So got my Britney tea on. I think it's my friend Caitlin got it for me. It just says "Baby One More Time." That's like your like iconic, like dramatic. I'm so innocent, like pose. I can't actually. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like so. It's just so wild to see that and then see her now. It's just so crazy. Um. Okay, so last time I did a live on my Instagram, I feel like I had a lot more viewers, but I also was cooking. So I don't know if people want to see more cooking videos. My sister made a suggestion. I don't know if anyone on here thinks would be a cool idea of doing a like behind the scenes look at my catering company or like plating dinner service for a wedding, just like a time lapse to music or like slow down or whatever. It's not slow down, I guess. That would be really that would be really long. I guess I mean sped up, but not like too sped up. Because sometimes it takes like an hour, so it's like a long video. But it could be kind of cool to see like me calling out the tables like, okay, table number 10, and it's gonna be 6 beef and 4 chicken, and then like it comes down the assembly line for like a plated buffet, or not plated buffet for plated meals, and then I could do like prep for a buffet or something. um I think that'd be cool. I just feel like it's something different. um I did do a few videos a while back of like making food for like an unconventional place to buy food from, like 7-Eleven, like a gas station, all that fun stuff. And that was really fun. And I don't know if you guys, people like that. I would continue doing stuff like that. Maybe even more like extreme. You know what I mean? I feel like you have to have like a gag on like anything. Any social media platform has to be like this like big time, like, I don't know, in your face video, and everything's very, people want very quick things now, which I get it. Um, I'm rambling, but yeah. Um, Nicholas says, seeing your catering company would be great. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I mean, it's, you know what it is? It's like when I'm catering a wedding, and then my last thought is like, oh, I gotta set up my camera and like have a time lapse. So sometimes I get so in the zone that I'm like, now wouldn't be a good time, and maybe that's the time that people want to see. Um, so I think my next, so not next week. We have a wedding next week, but I don't want to tape that one because it's a little bit smaller and not, it's like not a very conventional menu. It's very casual, which is totally fine. But the following weekend there's a 200 and something person plated one, so I think maybe I'll do like a time lapse video and some other videos of the day of like a caterer for a wedding. That makes sense. That would be kind of cool. I think it just require planning on my part. Happy Pride Month, yay! Oh, happy July. Pride Month is over, yeah. My birthday was in Pride Month. I'm a Cancer. Yeah. Roast beef. um, Good evening. The only XS1. Good evening. Happy July. Pride Month is over. Yes, I am sad about that. But I do feel like there's always all these memes about like different companies like putting rainbows and being like very vocal about pride during Pride Month, and then it's like the day after it's like completely wiped out, um, which is kind of true, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else is a part of the LGBTQ community, but do you feel that way? Like I don't feel like, I get what people are saying. Like it's like everyone was like going above and beyond, which I think is great to support Pride. But then like in the next couple days, it's not going to be talked about again until next year, which I guess at least it's something, right? Um, what's the biggest catering job that I've hosted? By the way, I don't know if you guys any of you are living or where you are, but if you like seltzer water or like I guess club soda is another word, like flavored, it's no sugar or anything like that in it. It's just seltzer water. This one's really good. It's a ginger lime mule polar. I think it's a Massachusetts-based company, but or originated. But I think you can get it wherever. Yeah, it's in Worcester. Um, so the biggest catering job that I think we've ever done is it's going to be 250, and that's coming up. So other than that, I think I would say 200, 220 is like the max we've done right now, as of right now. And to me, I don't even think that I would want to go too much more than that, because I feel like it's then loses all sense of like, I don't know what's the word. Not like pride, because I don't think that's what I'm thinking of. I think it's more like it's just too much. You like start losing track of like caring about the food, and it's more like, oh my god, we have 250 people to feed, like it's an assembly line. Whereas like you're actually enjoying it as a chef. Although I do love like the prep part of it and getting everything ready for an event is really, really fun, and it also helps me a lot the day of, so I don't do too much prep the day of. But um, so I'm looking down at the laptop. Excuse me. Did Hell's Kitchen change your life? I would say so. I think the one takeaway, which I had probably said in every, a lot of interviews that I've done, or like people that I've talked to or podcasts, whatever, everyone wants to know, like, how has Hell's Kitchen changed your life, or how has the show like changed you, or what did you learn? Excuse me, that seltzer makes you burp. um, but I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it does change your life, obviously, and I feel like people would always have like similar answers, and like meeting Gordon Ramsay, and yeah, that was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but like I think for me it was the independence and then the confidence, because I had never flown by myself in an airplane, and at that point I hadn't flown in an airplane in years. Um, and I was kind of a homebody. Like I went to college less than an hour away from my house, so I could still go back and forth if I wanted to. I was living at home until I was 22, 3, 4, something like that. And then I moved out and moved in with my husband. Um, but I feel like I was more of a homebody, and like the show definitely helped push me out of my comfort zone, because I was so far out of my comfort zone, like to the extreme, that it was like pushing you out of a door. You know what I mean? Versus just like opening it gently. It was like, go for it. You're gonna be by yourself. People you don't know. You can't talk to anybody, which I also think kind of like helped in a way for me, because I wasn't constantly worried about what was going on back home. In fact, sometimes I even forgot, because we were being kept so busy that I almost forgot like what home life was like, or like, oh yeah, I'm missing my husband and my friends and my family, but they keep you really busy. So I didn't ever really feel like that. And that was definitely a tangent, but yeah. Next question. It's like someone says it's like how eventually Starbucks stops using holiday cups. The memes are funny, but like the 4th of July is right after Pride, so it makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Have you been watching the new season of Hell's Kitchen? I haven't. I honestly, up until I know I was watching it live on my Instagram, which I might actually try to see if I can download those videos and post them to YouTube. But I haven't been watching it. I honestly was hesitant to watch it the last time when I did the lives, and Michelle and I were doing lives for our season that got re-aired. So that was right before it. So I wanted to continue some sort of like live thing, but I don't think that I'm gonna. I haven't been watching it. I don't think that I'm gonna watch it. It's almost in a weird way, not triggering like a bad way, but it's very much like reliving certain like experiences that I had similar to that, which was like so stressful being there, and like, um, yeah, it's almost like not actually PTSD, because that's not something to like joke about, but like it was. It was triggering. It's so sometimes I watch it, I'm like, oh, like I don't want to like relive some parts of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It sounds really dramatic, but um, Nicholas says, as a member of the LGBT community myself, I feel the company's networks and platforms seem to go a little over the top with their support. It almost feels like they're trying too hard. Yeah, and I think that that's what people were kind of talking about originally. Like I think that's what the memes are trying to say. Is like it's too much. Like it's not authentic. It's not organic. It's not real. You're just doing it because it's a bandwagon and it's Pride Month, and people are being accepted so much more now than like the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years plus. And the country has come a long way, and I think it's great. But I mean, I also think it's like an ongoing conversation, just like Black Lives Matter. It needs to be an ongoing conversation. It can't just be a 1 month thing. You know what I mean? All that support stops July 1st. Yeah, I guess in the past I've never really thought about it until this Pride, where I feel like, which I didn't really go to any Pride things, but I feel like I've noticed because of social media has become so big that I've noticed the memes about like everything stopping July 1st. So like live it up. You know what I mean? And I still think it's interesting. This is doesn't really need to be discussed in depth, but I think it's interesting that people are still like two people at my one of my catering company and one at the part-time job I work at were saying that someone had said like, oh, it's too much. You why do you need a whole month? Like it's everyone's flaunting it. And then I read something about Lil Nas X. I saw him like kiss his like backup dancer or whatever. Is that the right term? Backup dancer. I was like an idiot. Um, One of the dancers that was dancing with him, he like kissed him, and I didn't. Now because I am obviously openly gay and I am very happy and content with my life and myself that I don't think about that kind of stuff too much. Where I'm like, oh, that was crazy. Like maybe like 15 years ago, but nowadays I feel like you can do anything on TV, and it's kind of like, yellow, like do whatever you want. Um, but yeah, I think people made like a big deal about that. Like, we don't, you're throwing it in our face. And it's like, let's not forget, Little Miss Britney was kissing Madonna on the stage as well, okay? And Christina. Um, so I love that moment. And I also love Lil Nas X doing that because there shouldn't be, it's a double standard. There shouldn't be an issue with him doing that if Madonna is going to make out with Britney Spears. Which, by the way, they all can make out together. I love it. Um, Chelsea, understood. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. And then Epic Nub Guy says hi. Hi, how are you? Um, Kimi says, I actually saw your tweet last time. I just want to say that just tweet whatever you want. Oh, so somebody on my Twitter like commented, wow.
Do you want some?
Oh, you can eat it. Hasn't made himself a quesadilla, just rubbing it in my face.
It's
Like,
like-
oh, look.
It's a steak quesadilla.
Yeah, it looks slutty.
So,
And someone was like, oh, come on, man, I'm trying to just look at your food and stuff like that on Twitter, which I don't really post a ton of food on Twitter. It's more like promoting other things I'm doing like on Instagram or on YouTube, or it's like a picture of something or an event, but it's not a food Twitter page. It's not private at all. Like it's public, and I think I don't have a ton of followers on there, but maybe when the show first started, I was more on there just to like be on it. But Twitter, you can post whatever you want, and that means like nudity and everything. So I don't like everything that I actually like because that would be a little much for my Twitter, because I know people that do follow me are younger, and it's not about who wants to see it or not. It's like, okay, and that's why I wrote a disclaimer tweet, and I was like, I'm an adult and I'm on Twitter. And so if you want something that's more wholesome, which I still think even Instagram's really wholesome. If you want something more wholesome, go to my Instagram page. I try to post pictures. I post a lot of pictures of like my daughter and my family, and I don't post that stuff on Twitter, if that makes sense. Twitter's more just like for fun, just to like browse what's trending and what's going on. But porn is on Twitter. Like you can post anything. So people were like, that guy made a comment about like, I don't want to see two guys kissing or something, or half naked men on my Twitter feed. I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be following me. You shouldn't, and that's okay. You know, it's not going to be for everyone, but I just told him, I was like, it's my private, not a private Twitter, but if you don't like it, that's okay. You're not going to like, yeah, like, I don't know what to tell you. Any members of the LGBT community should watch the old Showtime show called Queer as Folk. Helped me so much. Yes, that was shortly around or after, before the time I came out. So I'm 33, I came out at 21. And I remember watching that show, and I was like, I wish that I was like that. Like, I wish I would be so outgoing. You know what I mean? I wasn't like that when I was younger and coming out. I wasn't that, like, ready to whoop it up and YOLO and, like, live my best life. I was, like, scared. This isn't really related to what the stream is, but do you have any interaction with Gordon? Oh, no, the stream is about anything. I want people to come on and ask questions. I posted on my Instagram that, I was like, do you want me to cook live? Do you want me to go on YouTube live? Because I'm still exploring YouTube and like what features it has versus Instagram and how that can impact like my my YouTube and all that. And so, sorry, I was looking at the questions. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So no, I don't talk to Gordon. I I get that question a lot, and I did answer it. If you are looking for even more Hell's Kitchen content, you definitely there's a part one and part two. One of them's like a Hell's Kitchen question and answer from all questions from people on my Instagram, and then the second one, my best friend Caitlin comes in and she interviews me. Um, More Hell's Kitchen questions, so that's over. I would say it's total almost like an hour of content of answering people's questions that they want to know about specifics. But I do not still talk to Gordon. I had very limited interaction with him. That was on camera. There was no off camera, so it was very limited. From what I interacted with him, I liked him. Of course, slightly intimidated, but that's because he's Chef Gordon Ramsay, and it's intimidating to be on TV and have cameras, and you're going to be on TV, so it was also intimidating in that way as well. Um, but I don't. I know we everything that we spoke was on air. There was no like off air discussions or one on one time, anything like that. Yeah, he doesn't have my number. I don't have his number. Um, I have Chef Christina's number though. I could text her if I wanted to. She's really sweet. I really like her. I really admire her. Um, hey, you're welcome. You guys can ask me anything about Hell's Kitchen, my personal life, Instagram, food, what you guys want to see on my YouTube, Drag Race, and literally anything. This is just to chill and talk. And if you guys want to keep doing these where I cook, also, I'm totally down to do that. Um, Chelsea says, as much as I admire Gordon Ramsay, he can be scary at times. You know what? You have to. First meet, maybe I was shitting my pants a little. Oh shit, like probably a lot. Um, but after, like once I was in the All Star season, he obviously is still. I admire him, and I think he's an amazing chef. And I didn't feel like I was really like scared. It was more like I was trying to impress him. So I didn't feel that nervous or like, oh, like during All Stars, I felt pretty confident, and I was like, I want to impress him and like do, what food wise, what I want to do, and I think I did that. Nicholas says Chef Jockey seemed cool. Yes, he was. First of all, he was hilarious. Second of all, his thick accent, also coupled with his like dad jokes and sense of humor, was even funnier because sometimes we had no idea what he was saying, but we were like dying laughing. He was really nice, and he seemed to really care. When can we expect the next poll on Patreon ideas? That's a good question. I've been kind of wondering, maybe I'll have just my Patreon subscribers pick what video I do next, because I feel like on Patreon, it's good for me to basically, it's exclusive access. So I don't post my recipes other places other than on Patreon if you're a patron of mine. So what that is, it's like a website that you can basically go on, and it supports me to keep doing my YouTube channel and keep taking time out and like making recipes and stuff. And I post all the recipes on my Patreon. So at the very minimum, you'll get, at the lowest tier, you would get recipe access, which is whenever I post a food video, I post the recipe only on there. So it's exclusive, and then I'll start doing polls, and that's a good point. I feel like I should do one next because I've been asking for ideas, but I feel like it'd be nice to have on Patreon have like the final say. You know what I mean? Um, yes, and then I also have on Patreon, if you want to talk to me one on one, like we could do like chatting or texting through or like messaging through Instagram for more than just like a hey, how are you kind of thing. There's an option for that too, to talk to me directly and give input and just chat in general. So if you're interested in that, you can do that. I've been thinking, I don't want to like, it's hard for me to like jump on the bandwagon of trends. Because by the time I feel like I have the time off and I get the idea and conceptualize it and feel like, all right, how I'm gonna film and all this other stuff, like the trend has already came and gone. Like I feel like once I see it on TikTok, I'm like not early to the like I'm not early. Like I feel like I'm late to the game to know finding out about stuff on TikTok. So I did like that like big giant tortilla where you like folded it in fours, and I did it in the air fryer instead of like putting it in a panini press or whatever the initial video was. Came out bomb. I did the feta pasta because I kept seeing that everywhere and it looked really good. That was really good. So maybe if you guys want to see like viral TikTok trends, like reimagined or whatever, that would be cool. I always feel like I'm late with trends. I know. I don't. I just. I think that I'm like up to, but I see how many people already like figured it out. I'm like, I don't even know if it's even worth it. Trend, that's why trends can be tricky, because once the trend is over, the video typically, I'm assuming, isn't gonna like rise with views. Eventually it will over time, but if it's like a very like flash in a pan TikTok trend that's short lived, I can't imagine that it would like continuously like do. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I guess you never know if you try. That's why I'm trying the live on YouTube. It's definitely going to take, I think, a little bit for people to like, you know, the effort to click on the link and then come here. But yeah, I feel like Thursday is a decent day to do stuff like this if I'm going to do a live and not do a video. Um, but yeah. So who else is in here? I don't know how to even, I don't think I can check to see who's in here. Can I? I mean, unless you comment. As my fingers like on the thing, I can't with myself. I'm here. Okay, good. um, what do you guys use? I'm curious about what you use the most in terms of social media. So I know there's only 10 people on here. Well, 9 people on here. But what do you guys use the most of? Is it Instagram, Twitter? Do you think you watch more videos on YouTube? And then, yeah, like what's your like, or Facebook? Um, Chelsea says you're doing great for someone who's relative. Thank you. Yeah, I think you know what I think is going to be key for me is consistency and continuously keep posting. I think that's what will help me get like monetize and get more views and stuff like that. And to be like noticed by more people. And I'm doing the hashtags, and I have like a couple of apps that are like helping me like like I've been doing all my thumbnails on this app called Canva. It's really good. So I can make my thumbnails on there. I'm trying to get better. um, is there any dish that is really popular that you really don't like to cook? For foods, I don't love celery, which is so random, like raw celery or grapefruit, like raw grapefruit, eating that, like I hate it. But I know a lot of people are like obsessed with both those things. I'm trying to think of what is popular that I don't like to cook. A lot of these viral TikTok shortcut hack things I don't really like to do, and it's not because I'm like, oh my god. I just know that I feel like sometimes it's like the time it takes just to do the time it takes just to do that is just like it's too much. Um, like I'll just make it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need. And I get that a lot of people don't know how to just make something. That's why they have a hack or whatever. But I just wouldn't take the extra step to do the hack or whatever. So that kind of stuff I'm not like obsessed with. But I like to watch the videos, and I would like to think I could do it. Like I'm not gonna sit there and make a cereal bowl filled with mini pancakes. Shoot, I don't have the time for that. Okay. um, it's interesting that Twitter is mostly so Twitter. I think is Twitter and maybe is like the least amount of followers, but I also like content that is gay related. I'm gonna sneeze. Food related, and then celebrity, like pop culture related. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. You know when you get those sneezes where you're like it's coming but it's not. Shoot, right now. So Twitter is fun because it's basically you can post whatever the hell you want, but I also think it's really toxic, and people, especially the gay Twitter world, seems very clicky and judgy and very toxic. So I'm not obsessed with it. It's more just a good place for information, especially like trending and
You think Twitter's a good place for trending news?
not news, pop culture. Pop culture stuff. I feel like you get it real time when it comes to Twitter. Like I'll literally see like updates from people on Twitter of like about a celebrity or if something happened celebrity news related. But yeah. I hear her daughter crying. Nick say boop boop boop. It makes me not even doing it. Boop. What's my favorite Asian food? Well, I don't want to like insult anyone because here we have Asian. Obviously, it's Asian American food, and it's very Americanized and probably not similar to like authentic Asian food. Obviously, I mean it's not obvious, but I do love sushi. Um, that's probably like my favorite. I love any kind of noodles, or I mean anything that's like rice, noodles, carbs, starch. Steamed buns are really good. We got these pork. There's this place.
Oh, those were so
They're like
good.
this pork bao,
BOA.
bao,
BA.
and there was like
Nice, huh?
the pork mixture in it, but it was also like I guess it's almost like is it a soup dumpling? So there was basically like a gelat. It was like a cold. You get it cold and you have to heat it up, or we got it hot. We got it
No, we
hot.
got it delivered.
But what I'm thinking they do is they put something cold in like a stock or like a thicker broth, way more flavorful. It could even be sauce. And then once it's heated up, it becomes liquefied. So inside, when you bite it, is like a little like shot of sauce with it. It's so good.
think we were
So
both,
bao,
like,
steamed
surprised
buns, dumplings, any kind of like super tender like meat or chicken or some kind of beef. Um, I love coconut green curry, anything that like flavor profile, anything like lemongrass. So I guess yeah, I guess that's Asian as well. I guess I like a lot of things. Well, give me some examples of things that you would consider like authentic Asian food, and I want to see if I've eaten it.
Pho that you made.
Pho, which I mean, that I actually did take the time to like really make the broth,
It was so good.
and it came. The broth was really good. It's the worst feeling ever. I had that happen today. I had to sneeze. Yeah, it didn't happen by the way, but I'm clearly very stuffed up. My nose is so fucking nasally. I love Twitter, but it really is it's a dumpster fire. It really is. It's like, on my Twitter it doesn't happen anymore. I also stopped like when I first was on Hell's Kitchen in season 14. I would actively look at stuff or like look out for comments and like concern myself with them. And now I'm like, now that I have a daughter, I don't have any time for that. But it is a dumpster fire. I think if you go to like anyone's comments, even like a celebrity's comments, like I was looking at Doja Cat. She just came with her new album Planet Her, which is really good if you're interested, if you like Doja Cat. And people are just so mean, just random people. And I know she's famous and everything, but like people would just like, and it's oftentimes on Twitter it's like stans, so it's like a fan group of one whole person attacking another person in the comments, a celebrity, being like, your music sucks, this is terrible, just like a whole thread. It's like, okay, it's too much, okay? Yeah, it's too much. Bao, yeah, anything like carb bread related, I am so down. There's different types of bao, soup bao. So is soup bao what I mentioned about the liquid inside? Because those were, I'm legit thinking about them right now. Those are really
I
good.
think we were both surprised because we
should we
took
order
a bite
them?
and it like
Shoot,
squirted in
what
our
time
mouth.
should we order them? Shoot.
You're a monster.
I want to try soup dumpling. Do you like Japanese cuisine? I do. I mean, I really love any really. I shouldn't say any, but I do love a lot of Asian flavors or ingredients. I just think it's so much more complex than a lot of like American cuisine. Like this, you know what it is? It's more like a depth of flavor. Like things are like layered. Like there's lots of ingredients, but they all have a purpose, kind of thing, which I think is very interesting. I tried tom yum hot pot and I loved it. I think I've had tom yum before. Is that where the soup is kind of almost sour, like sweet and sour, but not sweet and sour? Does that make sense? And hot pot, is that when you kind of like cook the food in like a pot of like simmering broth? Question mark, question mark. Tom yum is spicy. Okay. Is there a soup that is kind of sour? Am I making this up? I know. I'm literally I can't stop talking about them, and I think you can get them other places too, but they're just really good. Just really good. I want to suggest you try some Filipino foods like adobo, spring roll. Okay, so I've had. What kind of adobo are we talking about? Because I've had different kinds of spring rolls, and I've also had like the ones fried, but also the ones that are not fried. I had ones with like mint and Thai basil and like shrimp and shredded vegetables. That was really good. Like cellophane, is it cellophane noodles? Is that the term? Rice or glass noodles. They were cold. That was really good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're out. I don't care. You're fine. Are you a fan of fondue? Sure. I mean, I don't. That's the thing is, I don't dislike anything, but I don't go out of my way to eat fondue.
I mean,
Um, I mean, dips in general is that fondue? Because if that's what we're saying, then yes, dips are my life.
dipping bread into melted cheese. What is to go wrong with that?
Right. No, it's good. Yeah.
You know, we have a fondue pot, and we've never actually.
Okay, so I'm not sure why you're not slaving away in the kitchen making me fondue. Boop. Shoot. Shoot. Tom Yum. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I've tried it before, and I'm game to try anything really. Just not like spicy to the point where you can still taste the flavor. I like spicy where you can't breathe is stupid. But I'm always down to try Filipino food. Sounds amazing. Thoughts on McDonald's? Ever loved it? Oh yeah, I mean, like anything that's not comfort food, any like fast food, I already know that I'm gonna like. That's the problem. So it's more like me avoiding trying it because I'm gonna like it and want to get it more.
Do you ever feel guilty after eating it?
Yes, there was one time recently. I had McDonald's. This is my first time this year, and I had it once last year. And it's not because I'm like I just don't typically eat it, but I know that if I ate it more, I know that I would like it 100%. Like their fries are amazing. When I drove by the McDonald's, it was like I feel like it was. I just finished prepping for an event, and like I don't remember, but I got McDonald's, and it was okay. It was okay. Like I don't know. I felt like I was doing something bad, and I drove by the McDonald's like 4 times before I went in. Like before I actually pulled in, because I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. Like legit out loud on my car. I'm like shoot. I'm like I just quick, oh shoot. Like I gotta go, and then I was like, no, Nick, stop. I'm like it's too much. It's too much. You don't need it. It's too much. And then I went. I did go ultimately, and I enjoyed it, but I don't eat it very often. Um, it's spicy and kind of sour. Okay, so yeah, I think that I've had that before. But you know what? It's been so long that I would need to like actually have it again to confirm that, which sounds like if you guys all like it, it sounds like I need to do that too. My favorite way to cook a steak, I like a cast iron. I like it pan seared in a pan. I think the crust is better. I'm sure you like grilled better. I just don't like the over. Sometimes when grilling can go one or two ways. It's either like it's doesn't have any caramelization, it's too low, and you're like, this is terrible, or it's like people don't know how to grill, and it's like blackened, and the char marks are so charcoaly tasting, the whole steak tastes like shit.
Okay, so what about the steaks that I made on the infrared burner?
No, they were good, yeah, because you got the marks, you got the grilled flavor.
I think my only part was not cooking them in the indirect heat in the grill afterwards to kind
Right.
of like finish cooking them.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I made those were dipped in clarified butter.
Yeah, like I don't mind cooking on a grill. I just don't. I would much prefer to cook a steak inside in a cast iron or just pan seared
I do
because
like
the crust you get is even.
Mhm.
You can get more. I feel like the seasoning sticks on better. Um, I think it renders fat better because on a grill it's not complete coverage of surface. It is melting it, but it's just not the same. I don't know. And you're also rendering fat into the same pan you're cooking the steak in. Thus, more flavor in my opinion. Um, so yeah, I guess I am a fan of fondue foods. It's spicy and kind of sour. We already said that. Is there any food you've wanted to make or eat but you haven't yet? Make or eat. I would say definitely in the dessert world. There's lots of things that I see that I'm like so impressed, but I feel like I think I'm not a very patient person, so I don't know that I would be like I just want to eat it and like do it. Like I just feel like I'm not as delicate as like I would need to be to do those types of things. But who knows? I can always try. But I love to eat all sweets, and I haven't even attempted to make some of them. So maybe that's something to do with my channel. I don't know. Like certain like more advanced. I just bought Dessert Person by Claire Saffitz is her name, and she was on. She's from Bon Appetit, but she was on their YouTube channel. I was obsessed with the series that she did, recreating like fast food or candy or chips or whatever, recreating them. It was the best show. I was so like the food science behind it, her in general, and the way she like attacked like each challenge was like so interesting to me. I really enjoy her, so I bought her cookbook, and I haven't cooked anything out of it yet because I feel like for me, whenever I make stuff, I always try to make up my own. But maybe I just need to make something from for someone's recipe, and just do it and then follow that and then be like, wow, you know what I mean? Because some things are just like her cookies. She has a recipe with brown butter chocolate chip cookies, and they just look like the perfect cookie. So that's probably what I'm gonna cook first out of it.
You can make me sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding. She has that. I've made that before. Wait, the soup bao is Jiao Long Bao. I don't know. I'm not sure how to say it, or if that's what it was. It was. I don't think it was. I don't know. It was good. Have you tried spicy Korean samyang noodles? No, but forgive my ignorance if this is wrong, but is kimchi Korean? Right? Kimchi, anything that kimchi, spicy, fermented, cabbagey flavor, it's so good. I don't know, it's like acidic, spicy, salty. It's really good. Kimchi is bomb. So I haven't tried those type of noodles, but what's in them? How spicy are we talking? Are you a cat person? I'm just an animal person. So we have 3 cats, but my parents / me had a dog, and he's still kicking, barely, poor thing. He has some weird, like, Cushing's disease, it's called, poor little bugger. He's such a sweet dog. He's 12, going on 13? 13 going on 14, something like that. This is one of my cats. This is Chance. So we just, like, this girl that I know fosters cats from, like, abandoned, I was thinking, like, what the word was, like, abandoned cats, or cats that are, like, need homes, or just a kitten had babies and they had to foster them and then adopt them. So the cats are all adopted, but I got them, they were all kittens.
That's the best.
Yeah, I also think that it's the best because you can, like, but I also think that, like, if people don't mind having cats that aren't like ours, like our cats like dogs, like it's not everyone's cats are like how nice and like sweet. If you guys people don't care about it, I feel like adopt an older cat because it's like, I don't know, I always feel bad. I wish I had more time and money and I would have like a pet sanctuary. So I like all animals, honestly. Cats, dogs, love them both. Do Michelle still talk? Yes, we do. We message on Instagram. We text. That's like our 2 main lines of communication, and how we keep up with each other. I know she's in Dallas, and then probably bouncing around from Dallas to Vegas. I'm assuming she got I think it's a research and development executive chef title. But it's with the Gordon Ramsay group, not Caesar's Palace. So I think that's what she wanted people to realize, is that she's not working for the restaurant anymore, but she's working for the Gordon Ramsay group, which is separate. So yeah, so we do still talk, and she's doing really well. Hey Nick, my boyfriend and I loved watching you, and you're an inspiration to other gay chefs. That's really sweet. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that. That is something that I have to like. People saying that makes me feel good, but sometimes I almost feel like I'm like me. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like a weird feeling for someone to say that about you in a good way. So thank you for saying that. That's really sweet. Your cat is so cute. It reminds me of my cat, Cafe. Oh, I thought your cat's name was Cafe, and I'm like, oh, cute. A cat cafe I went to yesterday with my friend. The cats were so cute. I love that idea. I haven't been to one around here before, but I literally live in a cat cafe at my house, so it's fine. I think so. My sister eats kimchi, very spicy. It is. You're right. It's spicy, but like it has like an addicting quality to it. It really does. What's the most bizarre food? I've tried squirrel, like a bite. I wasn't obsessed. It wasn't the worst, but I wasn't obsessed. I've tried, I guess alligator isn't that weird. Sweetbreads, which is like calf's brain, I think. I don't love that. Kidneys. I've tried some different kind of like animals' kidneys. I think I've tried a fisheye on Hell's Kitchen. I ate jellyfish on Hell's Kitchen, which was disgusting. Yeah. All things that like are weird and exotic I haven't had again. Like it didn't taste good enough for me to like go back for more. So I guess those are probably the most bizarre. What are your kitties' names? There's the youngest one's Raisin. She's an all-black cat, and she is a little shit, but she's so cute and very sweet. And then our middle child is Chance. He's like the orange, like striped kind of cat you just saw. He's really sweet too. He's also a little shit as well. And then Parsip is the older one. She's still only 5,
5 or 6. I
5 or
can't remember.
6. Honestly, with cats, I forget their age. I'm just like, they're just there. Like they like, you know what I mean? They live for a while. They do. They live for a long time. Sometimes I forget about like cats' ages because I'm like, I don't know.
I wish the other two lasted a little
I know. When I first met Mike, he had 2 cats from the same litter. They were sisters, both all black, and well, barely any white on the other on Channing.
She would like
A tiny, like literally 3 strands of hair. They both were black, and they were Channing and Tatum. I was like, I'm sick. And I'm allergic to cats, and I was when I met him. So I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. But I basically, like, with my doctor and the allergist, were like, you're just gonna get used to them. But other cats, you're still gonna have issues with. Is what's probably gonna end up happening, and that's what happens. Um, have I heard of Nick D? Why can I pronounce this? Nick DiGiovanni? DiGiovanni? If so, yes, I have seen him. He on MasterChef? I don't know. I think that's what his. He's big on TikTok. He does short video content, is what I think. It's more short. He's so cute, and I like the style. I like the food he does, but you know what? It's a very specific, almost like he's specific. It's just specific. I feel like sometimes, like his like style or like the way he says things is specific. It's not a bad thing. Um, but a lot of people have a certain style to their videos. So sometimes I always keep scrolling. But sometimes I'll watch him because I do think he's clearly very talented. Um, have you heard? Did you watch season 19? Yes, I did. I watched it. Wait, we did. Yes, season 19 was last season. I did watch it. Yes, I did a lot of lives on my Instagram, which I think I might post here on here as like a video and just see if anyone wants to see if you guys want to watch them to like keep up with like how we reacted on stuff because I did some with Michelle as well. Are you watching Hell's Kitchen season 20? I'm not. I kind of spoke about that earlier. What?
It's recorded, but neither of us have watched it.
What?
What is 20 the?
Oh,
Amateurs
Young
was-
Guns,
yeah.
Amateurs. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. Are you watching? Have you watched season 2? No, I haven't watched season 2 yet. My husband and I watched the first season and we loved it. And so I just want to listen. We just haven't started yet, but we are gonna watch it. That, and then we're also gonna watch Drag Race tonight. All-Star season 6. Have you ever met Sterling Wright? No, I haven't. But you know what? He seems like such a genuine guy. I know that a lot of people have met him and they love him just like how he is. In real life, he seems really sweet. I love RuPaul. Same sis. It took me a while to be honest with you, which is really weird. When I was first like coming out, I wasn't like I love hearing about drag culture and like RuPaul's Drag Race and like performances. I think it's so amazing. And like the makeup especially too is really interesting to me. And I never appreciated it when I was younger. I was almost like afraid of drag queens, not actually afraid, but like I didn't understand it.
When I first came out,
I was like, oh, it's like that's too gay.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I-
It's weird. It's a weird when you first come out. It was very weird.
I had the same reaction.
Yeah, it was almost like an adverse
didn't
reaction
get
to
it.
drag queens. But I 100% get it now, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. Like,
It's like they are channeling, like, it's like they've pushed through everything you're afraid of, like,
Right.
Because they've got to be there's no hiding it, like,
Right.
as a gay man dressed in, you're in
That's
your
confidence
everyday,
to
like,
me.
You can
Right.
just go about your daily life, and if there's a situation that you can slink by it, but
Right.
when you are in drag, and everyone sees you, for
And
what
everyone's
you
staring
are,
at you.
and everyone's staring at you, and they
Yeah.
just have this complete confidence about them, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really they're so everyone's so talented on these shows. Favorite Netflix movies series? Oh my God, I feel like that's a lot. That'd be a laundry list of things.
What?
A lot.
Netflix movies?
Anything, Netflix movies or TV shows.
I don't know,
If you start listing some, then I'll say yes or no because I've seen a lot of shit on Netflix.
Just saw all this stuff today about this Netflix show called like Sex Life.
Oh,
And,
I've heard about
like,
it before.
Yeah, but apparently in episode 3 at the 20-minute mark is some serious wang action, and people
Goodbye, Mike. Shut up.
people
Did
were
you hear him?
reacting.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. Um, oh, we watched Special. That's a series about a gay man who has cerebral palsy,
Yep.
and it's fucking hysterical, and he is amazing. I'm pretty sure it's about his life, and he actually does have cerebral palsy. Um, and then Bonding, which is another funny one. It's about two best friends. One, it's a gay guy and this girl. She's does bondage. She's like a mistress, a dominatrix. It's so fucking funny, and
And they're only 15 minutes.
they're short enough that you're like, okay, like it goes by fast and it keeps you entertained. Oh, what's the one Mindy Kaling show? Never Have I Ever.
That one's really good.
That's coming back for a second season. I think I sent
And-
you the teaser or something for it.
And Love Victor, which we
Love
haven't
Victor,
watched the second
yep.
season, but is really
Cobra
good.
Kai, we did watch some. We
Watched
didn't finish
most
it
of
yet. And then the butcher shop that I work at, they made a marinade off of the show. I cannot. Sorry, I'm shaking everything. All right. You know, drag. I know it's really cool how drag queens can like transform themselves. Would Gordon socialize with you guys outside of Denver? No, I answered that earlier too, and that's another thing I do go into more in depth. We don't have any off camera, on camera. Oh, we do have on camera, off camera time with him, like one on one, or like that's not shown. AJ and the Queen. I think yes, we started. I didn't get renewed for a second season. I could kind of see why. I don't think that the acting was like the best, but I think it was like a cute concept, like campy concept. But I don't know. Favorite music artist? Well, I'm a big fan of like pop music, and a lot of like hip hop, especially like female rap. I just think the flow and the way their metaphors are in their verses and things like that are just so much more interesting and comedic, and like it's also sexy, but it's also fun and raunchy. And sometimes a lot of newer male hip hop or rap artists, I have a hard time understanding what they're saying when they're rapping, and just the sound. I'm not obsessed with that. So yeah, I was obsessed with Fifth Harmony because I started watching them in the X Factor, the US version when it first came out, and that's when they were formed. And then I am obsessed with Camila Cabello. I saw Fifth Harmony in concert. I've seen Camila Cabello in concert, and I'm very excited for her musical adaptation with James Corden of Cinderella, which is coming out September 3rd, which I'm very excited to see. It's on Amazon Prime, which we definitely take advantage of Amazon Prime. So her, I love Megan Thee Stallion, and any female rapper, especially even ones that people don't know about yet, or like that are mainstream. I still like them too. I think it's just something about the swagger of like just like a strong, empowered woman is like so much more satisfying than a male's. I feel like men have been so cocky and in your face for years, and women were never were able to be like that and rap and be hip hop and be rap stars and artists. And now I think it's like the more female rappers, the better. And I'm all here for it. Their songs are just so much more catchy, entertaining. You can shake your ass to them. I love it. So yeah, I guess I would say like pop and hip hop is like two, and then some rap. But then again, if you started playing country songs, I probably could jam out to that as well. It really just depends on my mood and what the beat is, like what I'm vibing. WAP. Honestly, WAP. I see already two different opinions. WAP is probably the one. It's so catchy. The video definitely drew attention, mine included, and it made me excited. It just made me be like, good. I also think it's good for them. Good for you for doing that and having confidence to do that and like do whatever you want because everyone else fucking does. So, sis, pop off. K-pop. I love Blackpink. I know that's not like hardcore K-pop, but like I love them. Their first album I loved. I've listened to their EPs. I think that they're so talented. The amount of time and effort it takes. They went to I saw their documentary on Netflix, and the amount of time and effort it takes to become. They basically generate pop stars by sending them to camp, like a spooky camp where they have to sing and dance and rehearse, and then when they're ready, then they release music. It's not like here where it's everyone's releasing music left and right. So yeah, it's really cool. Have you kept in touch with Chef Ashley? She seems awesome. She is so sweet. She's fun on Twitter. I have kept in touch with her. She's amazing. She's doing well. I know she had something wrong recently with a small surgery, but she's doing okay. Yeah. Did you catch the show, Chad? No, I didn't. I didn't. What was that about? Like, what was the premise on that? So happy to know you love Blackpink. Yes, I just think the talent level is just unparalleled. Like, if you put them up next to another girl band and like choreography wise, they would destroy them. Like, it's just so in sync and on the beat, and their songs, they are a little like formulated pop to me. Like, it's like I already know the girls who like are gonna sing what part, and it's usually like Lisa's always on like the rap, like spoken word type rap part, and then I feel like the slower bridgy parts are more like Rose, and then Jenny also raps and sings, and then Jisoo also I feel like does like bridges too, where it's like the verse before the end, which like slows down. So it's like kind of like a formula I feel like they have where like everyone sticks in their lane, which would be nice to kind of see everyone switch it up in that group, but they're really talented. Um, Okay, it's almost been an hour. Time flies when you're just chatting with the gals. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna go make something. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet. And then I will be posting on my Patreon a poll about what you want to see next. If you're interested in that, you can go to the description box in any of my other videos, and I can add it into this one too when I upload it. If you want exclusive access to my recipes, and you can then talk to me one-on-one, there's an option for that as well. So other than just on here, like on Instagram messaging and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, check out me on Patreon. You get recipe access. You're the only people to get it. And then you also get the thumbnails usually ahead of time and the pictures ahead of time. And then you can get the option to talk to me one-on-one and vote for things like polls and all that. Chad is a comedy where an actress named Nassim Pedrad, who's like 40, plays. No. Yes. I saw the ad for it and like the premise, and I heard mixed things. Like it was either like it was so outrageously funny or it was like so bad no teen boy acts like that, like they were trashing it. So I haven't given it a chance yet. But on that note, guys, thank you for joining me. You got this. I'm gonna go make dinner and relax.